current resource count. He's only at 85 or 88 gas.
I do like this little expansion denial by the Overlord over here at Awesome's Natural.
Yeah.
Like
Whatever he can do to try and get back into the game.
Yep.
GdR harassing the starport. Looks like Awesome's just going to go straight for these rocks and try to counterattack as soon as she can.
I like that the two Reapers are still just chilling out with the rest of the army there.
Ooh, Muta's coming in. Bad idea. Yeah, retreat.
Yeah, plenty of Vikings. Vikings have got all the range that she needs right now. I think this is a case of she just gave him the old switcheroo early on and just bait and switched him with a couple different strategies, and now it's just going to capitalize on the huge economic difference that created.
Yeah, she pulled it off really well, I think. I don't think I've seen too many times where it's stuff like that happened in general, and Awesome pulled it off awesomely, very solidly. And now I think she's probably just going to push in here and probably take this, although there are a lot of Banelings there.
Look at all the SCVs repairing each other right after that. They're all on auto repair, just big old group hug. And the Banelings are going to do a good amount of damage, but they're all retreating backwards. Siege tanks hitting the retreating Banelings. Oh, a bunch of damage done. Oh, really, that did a lot of damage, but not as much as I'm sure he was hoping. He just doesn't have the numbers to be able to take care of that.
Yeah, most of the threat is actually in the air. There's a lot of Banshees still there, or 2 Banshees still there, and plenty of Vikings. You should be able to clean up those Mutas, and then, yeah, probably just take it.
Yep, and the air is just completely uncountered by GdR, unfortunately. These last couple of roaches are just going to run off, and now he's going to have his just total attack on this base, total control over the econ of GdR and all that. Queen's going to go down, Evo Chamber's going to go down and not have room for any spore crawlers, all that stuff. Dead. So I think this will tie the match 2-2, which means we'll go on to an ace match in the finals here.
Yep. Queen's kind of pick away at these Vikings, but it's too little too late at this point.
I guess I don't want to be bad-mannered and presume that there's a win here, but Awesome is attacking with an orbital command center.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. GDR's economy is much higher right now.
Oh, there were... No, what happened to all the SCVs? Oh,
they just got destroyed by roaches.
So they were the front line of that assault. I'm surprised if he has anything he can do about this, because it looks like she's just going to wipe him out here and then turn to his X-Pro and wipe him out again. But yeah, she definitely attacked like very all-in style. Brought at least 5 or 6, if not more, SCVs that took the first wave of those Banelings to the face.
Well, this is actually a defensive Banshee. Okay, that makes sense to try and take down the roaches, but still, at this point, I don't know. It seems pretty solidly in Awesome's favor.
But at this point, I don't think there's anything else he can do. Getting a few Zerglings out, but he really doesn't have any tricks up his sleeve. Just going to die to Cloak Banshees. With an orbital command along for the ride. Although, credit to the Mutas who are still fighting in this, and he's got obs out. He's definitely going to kill off the Banshees, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's possible. Okay, she does have...
I don't know
she's been
what
making
end.
Marines.
Maybe he just wants to demonstrate that he could fight this army off. Go get him! Oh no! Come on, go get him! Go get him!
18 kills on that Banshee.
No sign of any sort of production or economy. There's 2 drones left for GdR. GdR really wants to hold on to this game. But what with having all of the mules out, 4 mules out right now for Awesome. Awesome is going to be flying. Let me pick up the econ tab right now and take a look at that. My income tab, sorry, I. But yeah, you can see that Awesome just has a massive economy boost. And I don't think GdR's got any real hope here, but unfortunately the frontal assault by the Orbital Command is meeting with a fiery death here. But, I will happily eat my words. I would love to see a Zerg player come back from this position. So he's still in the fight, so I'm going to stop talking like he lost already and just keep commenting. But we've got Banelings, we've got a little bit of Mutas, and a little bit of Econ coming back up on his feet here.
Yep. Awesome does have quite a few Marines, so obviously the Banelings can do very well against them, but if she can micro well enough and make sure that none of the Banelings detonate, or maybe just one of them detonates on those Marines, she should be able to take this game just by A moving it, pretty much. I mean, as long as she prevents those banelings from exploding in a nice position.
Yeah, I tend to agree. It's GDR is doing really well. I'm just not sure that 4 banelings will be able to like even punch through those Marines without getting killed ahead of time, especially with a bit of siege and a bit of air. But you never know. I mean, look at this flaming orbital command center. It really should be repaired, honestly. It's kind of burned to death at her own expansion.
Oh man, that's embarrassing.
She's going to see it. Oh no, it's kind of burned to death. No. Oh. I think that SCV just happened to not be repairing. Where is my CC? Oh, that's really unfortunate oversight. There was an SCV standing right behind it. I'm sure she clicked it on it or tried to, but did it before it landed, or I don't know. Probably some sort of click, but oh well. Orbital command already ready to go and landing again. Being harassed by mutas, though. Like I said, I owe GDR full apologies for counting him out of this game so far. Clearly, he's got what it takes to stay in the fight here, so we shall see.
Just looking at the economies, 20 harvesters to 4, although a lot of those are, there are mules in addition to that for awesome, but GDR doing surprisingly well. I mean, I probably would have GG'd a long time ago.
Yeah, I agree. I thought GG was the assured thing to do. Now, single Cloaked Banshee sneaking back in again. This could really wreak havoc, but I think this Banshee's going to be surprised how many targets there are once again. And the Overseer has seen it, and the mutas are on the ball. Even as wounded as they are, they can definitely take out a single Banshee. And like I said, just too many targets. Killing 3 or 4 is not going to do a whole lot.
Yeah, so actually GDR looking to be in a pretty nice position. I think that if Awesome had just killed off the Overlord over the expansion that was denying her orbital command to land there, she'd probably be winning. I mean winning more. I'd still say that she's in a decent position, but the longer the game goes, GDR is going to pull further and further ahead.
Yeah, we're still looking at the income, and GDR has pulled ahead on income. Awesome, clearly frustrated with GDR's ability to stay in this game here. GDR fully back on his feet and still harassing, although these missile turrets are going to shut him down. He's going to need something else. He's going to need some kind of other army in order to drive this home, but clearly making his mutas pay the bills. And this is always the weird problem that Zergs have. So Zergs tend to undersaturate almost always because they need to use so many of their larvae to make actual units. As a result, their bases tend to last a little bit longer. So when you get in these dire kind of situation late game positions, oftentimes the Zerg still has their whole main up. And that's exactly what we're seeing here, is that, oddly enough, the fact that he got wiped out early on is giving him a late game benefit now that he's resaturated all over the place. And this is a scary position to be in for Awesome, because luckily she's mining the heck out of this with mules, and that's the only thing keeping her a little bit in track with him. But he's way up at like 900 minerals a minute, whereas she's more like 700.
Yeah, we see, oh no, there's burrowed banelings over here near Awesome. Oh man.
Burrowed banelings.
Quite a few of them. Oh, she's gonna move out again.
Oh! Oh!
Paused. I think she meant to leave.
And that was a mega kill.
Oh my god.